मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहित कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिते नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे कृष्णा। Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, chapter entitled as The Residents of Jambudvip Offer Prayers. Text 33. Please repeat after me. Yasmin Asankhya Visheshanama Asankhya रूपाकृतौ कविभिः कल्पितेयं संख्या यया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते तस्मै नमः सांख्यनिर्दशनाय ते इति। यस्मिन् संख्येय विशेषनाम रूपाकृतो कविभिः कल्पितेयम् संख्यायया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते तस्मै नमः सांख्यनिर्दर्शनाय तेति। तस्मै नमः सांख्यनिदर्शनाय तेति। यस्मिन् संख्येय विशेषनाम रूपाकृतौ कविभिः कल्पितेयम् संख्यायया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते तस्मै नमः सांख्यनिदर्शनाय तेति। यस्मिन् संख्येय विशेषनाम रूपाकृतौ कविभिः कल्पितेयम् संख्यायया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते तस्मै नमः सांख्यनिदर्शनाय तेति। तस्मिन् असङ्ख्येय विशेष कृतो संख्याया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते तस्मिन् संख्ये विशेषनाम संख्याया तत्त्वदृशापनी संख्याया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते संख्येया विशेषनाम माताजी यस्मिन् संख्येया विशेषनाम रूपाकृतो कविभिः कल्पितेयम् संख्याया तत्त्वविशापनीयते यस्मिन् असंख्येया अविशेषनाम रूपाकृतौ कविभिः कल्पितेयम् संख्याया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते तस्मै नमः सांख्यनिर्णय वर्ड टू वर्ड मीनिंग Yasmin, in you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Asankhena, innumerable, Vishesha, particular, Nama, names, Rupa, forms, Akratu, possessing bodily features, Kavibhi, by great learned persons, Kalpita, imagined, Yam, this, Sankhya, number, Yaya, by whom, Tattva, of the truth, Drisha, by knowledge, Apaniyate, is extracted, Tasmai, unto him, Namaha, respectful obeisances. Sankhya Nidarshanaya, who is revealer of this numerical knowledge. Te, unto you. Iti, thus. Translation: O my Lord, your name, form and bodily features are expanded in countless forms. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist. Yet you yourself, in your incarnation as the learned scholar Kapil Dev, have analyzed the cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements. Therefore, if one is interested in Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. Unfortunately, non-devotees simply count the different elements and remain ignorant of your actual form. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Please repeat after me. O my Lord, your name, form, and bodily features are expanded in countless forms. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist. Yet use yourself in your incarnation as the learned scholar Kapil Dev have analyzed the cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements. Therefore, if one is interested in Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. Unfortunately, non devotees simply count the different elements and remain ignorant of your actual form. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. Philosophers and scientists have been trying to study the entire cosmic situation and have been theorizing and calculating in different ways for millions and millions of years. However, the speculative research work of a so-called scientist or philosopher is always interrupted when he dies, and the laws of nature go on without regard of his work. For billions of years, changes take place in the material creation until at last the whole universe is dissolved and remains in an unmanifested state. Constant change and destruction, bhutva bhutva praliyate, is perpetually going on in nature. Yet, the material scientists want to study natural laws without knowing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the background of nature. As Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 10th verse, Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam hetunanena konteya jagadvi parivartite. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and non-moving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Now the material creation is manifest, eventually it will be annihilated and remain for many millions of years in a dormant state, and finally it will again be created. This is the law of nature. Read again. यस्मिन् असंख्येन विशेषनाम रूपाकृतौ कविभिः कल्पितेयं संख्यायया तत्त्वदृशापनीयते तस्मै नमः सांख्य निदर्शनायते इति. O my Lord, your name, form, bodily features are expanded in countless forms. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist. Yet you yourself in your incarnation as the learned scholar Kapil Dev have analyzed the cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements. Therefore, if one is interested in Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. Unfortunately, non-devotees simply count the different elements and remain ignorant of your actual form. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I also might offer respectful obeisances to all assembled devotees. Yes, it is said that the Lord's name, form, bodily features are expanded in countless forms. So the Lord's qualities and glories are unlimited. I am just like this Lord unlimited qualities and glories are just like Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Prahladesh Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki. Lord glories are just like unlimited sky. The sky is unlimited. And I am just like a little bird with my very little understanding, I will try to explain it. So please, I seek the blessings so that I can do some justification with this verse. So we are reading this chapter. This is entitled as "The Residents of Jambudip Offers Prayers." So this prayer is actually Aryama. He is offering his prayer to Kurmadev. This is the Jambudip. The fifth canto actually begins with the Maharaj Priyavrat. When he is actually do not wanted to enter into the Grahastha ashram, but wanted to practice renunciate life, but his father Manu, he wanted to retire from his kingdom and he wanted to give everything, hand over his kingdom to King Priyavrat, Maharaj Priyavrat. So in order to convince Maharaj Priyavrat, he invited Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma finally instructed Priyavrat to take the managerial responsibility of the universe. So the Priyavrat, he became the king of the whole. He was ruling the whole Bhumandala. So, and after quite a long time he ruled, and he divided the whole Bhumandala into 7 islands. Just like a father, when he retired and he has some sons, so he divides his lands into some parts and he gives each part to his sons. In the same way, Maharaj Priyavrat, at one point he was ruling the whole Bhumandala, but he divided this Bhumandala into 7 islands, and he handed over to different his 7 sons, and middle of that is Jambudip, and different sons, they ruled different kingdom. This middle one is Jambudip. He is ruled by the one of the son of Priyavrat, is Agnidhar. So after in the 5th canto beginning, there is a description of whole dynasty Agnidhar, then his son Nabhi, from Nabhi came Rishabdev, then the whole story of Bharat Maharaj. But after the whole descendant, description of the whole descendant, then Parikshit Maharaj again asked about one question, that please explain me in details about those islands which Maharaj Priyavrat divided into 7 islands. So from here, in the 5th canto, again Sukdev Goswami is explaining about different islands. So he explained about whole Bhumandala, and different islands, are different oceans are also there. There are 7 islands, 7 oceans. It begins with saltwater ocean and ends with sweetwater ocean. In the middle there are sugar cane, liquor, milk, yogurt and honey. So in this way, 7 islands, 7 oceans. The middle one is Jambudvip. This Jambudvip is also divided into 9 varshas by different mountains. So among the 9 varshas, there are many, there are one presiding deities of the Lord, and different devotees of the Lord, they are praying to the Lord in that varshas. So just like there is one verse is Kim Purush verse, Prahlad Maharaj, he is praying there. So this in the 18th chapter, from the beginning we saw the different prayers by the different devotees to the Lord. So we have seen how, we have seen some prayers. The 18th chapter beginning we saw the prayer by Bhadra Shrava Varsh, by prayer, and the second we saw Prahlad Maharaj prayers, Prahlad Maharaj praying to Narsingh in Hari Varsh. And then we saw Kamdev, he is praying to the in Ketumal Varsh, he is praying. And in the same way, Matsya to Lord Matsya, in Ramyak Varsh, the prayers. And the prayers to here in this verse, this is the last prayer of this verse. Aryama, he is praying to Lord Kurma. This Lord Kurma, he is holding the whole Bhumandala on his back. Lord Kurma is a tortoise form, just like during the Samudra Manthan Lila. Lord incarnated as a Kurma and he hold the whole Mandrachal mounted on his back. It is used as a, his back is used as a base for the Mandrachal mounted. In the same way, the whole in the universe, the whole Bhumandala is staying on the back of Lord Kurma. So Aryama, he is praying to the Lord Kurma. Who is Aryama? So Aryama is actually the is one of the demigods. He is the son of Aditi and Kashyap. He is also among the 12 Adityas. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, among the Pitras, I am the Aryama. He is the head of the ancestor. There is one planet, Pitralok, where all the ancestors they reside. So there the head is Aryama. So this Aryama, once when Yamraj, he got cursed by Manduk Muni. Manduk Muni, at that time this Aryama, he became Yamraj. Manduk Muni, he was meditating in his hermitage, and some thieves they came and they are hiding inside his hermitage. So the state police they came in order to search for the thieves, and they find these thieves in the hermitage of Manduk Muni. So they arrested all the thieves and they arrested Manduk Muni also. They thought this Muni is also involved with. Say along with the thieves, the soldiers they arrested Manduk Muni. They take him to the court, and along with the thieves, the Manduk Muni also got punishment of Shula Danda. So Shula Danda is one what we can say, sharp thing, bhala. So it is pierced in the body from one side to another side. So Manduk Muni was thinking, I am a sage, I am practicing austerity from long time. How I have not committed any sinful activity? Why this punishment is given to me? So when this Manduk Muni is about to punish, at that time the king also came to know that among the thieves there is one Muni. So he stopped that punishment. But Manduk Muni, he was not satisfied. He was very powerful sage. So he went to Yamraj, because he is actually deciding who should be punished, who should not be punished. He went to Yamraj and reported him. I am practicing so much austerity, tapasya, everything. How I am punished? I have not committed any sin. The thieves, they are doing something wrong. Why I am also arrested along with the thieves? So Yamraj gave some explanation. When you are in your childhood age, once you pierced one ant. So because of that action, now you got some reaction. So Manduk Muni, he was not satisfied. So because he was not satisfied, he was angry on Yamraj, so he cursed Yamraj. So you is born as a son of a maid servant. So Yamraj born as a Vidura. He was born in the womb of a Shudra woman. So when Yamraj came here, the Yamraj post was empty. So in order to this official post should not be empty. Someone should be there. So for the time being, the Yamraj was here in the form of Vidura. Aryama, he became Yamraj. So here in this verse, this Aryama is praying to Kurmadev. So we read that how he is praying. So he is praying to the Lord that when Lord came as Kapil Dev, he analyzed the whole cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements. And if one is interested in Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. So there is one philosophy, Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya means enumerate different things. Sankhya, it comes over the Sankhya, counting the things. So in Sankhya philosophy, the philosophers, they count the different elements in the universe, different elements, and they counted and come to finally the 24 elements are there in the universe. Among them the five senses, five sense object, five working senses, and four internal senses: mind, intelligence, false ego, and one is contaminated consciousness. In this way 24 elements are there. So here Aryama is praying to the Lord, if one at all want to understand this Sankhya philosophy, so he should understand this from you only. So Lord personally came in the form of Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev, he was the son of Kardam Muni and Devahuti. So Lord Kapil Dev, he gave this knowledge of Sankhya philosophy to her mother Devahuti. So Aryama is praying that if one at all want to understand this knowledge, he should also understand this knowledge from you only. Because there are many atheistic philosophers, they also analyze this cosmic manifestation, but they analyze it in another way. They also analyze 24 elements, but after that they do not analyze it. Means they rejected the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They study the universe, the whole cosmic manifestation, without Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, Prabhupada said that the material scientists want to study the natural laws without knowing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the way the scientists, they are studying different laws, the whole universe, they are giving different theories, but everything they are giving without the Supreme Personality of God. They are not considering Supreme Personality of God inside. So in the same way, the Sankhya, many philosophers they study. Actually, there is one Kapila also. He is atheistic Kapila. He gave also philosophy, Sankhya philosophy, but without the conception of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Aryama is praying that at least if anyone wants to understand the Sankhya philosophy, he should also understand this philosophy from you only. Because the Lord's, the philosophers and scientists, they cannot understand the inconceivable potency of the Lord. Just like we had also before, the Lord's potency is unconceivable, achintya, but it is achintya, one cannot conceive it. How everything is happening in this cosmic manifestation. Just like Prabhupada proves from the story of a cobbler and Brahman, how the Lord's potency is inconceivable. So from the story of cobbler and Brahmana, we can see the Lord can even pull one elephant from the needle, from the hole of a needle. So this is the Lord potency. But if the philosopher and scientists, they will see how it is possible, then it is not easy for them to understand this. So scientists and the philosopher and scientists, they also study, but they reject the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They themselves want to take the credits. Once there was one village, all the villagers, they have not seen any elephant. So once one elephant, he passed from that village. In the morning, all the villagers, they wake up and they saw the footprints of elephant. So they have not seen elephant. So in the morning they saw the footprints of elephants are very big in size. So all the villagers, they are thinking, who came at night, who is this person? Whose his footprints are these? So they are speculating, doing many research on this. Maybe some demons came, or some big animals may be around. We have to protect ourselves. It can also come in daytime. So they are very fearful. In that way, they are meditating. So there was one learned scholar in that village. So they went to him. This learned scholar, he also saw the footprints of elephant. So he know that this all villagers, they don't know about elephant anything. So he, in order to glorify this learned, so he understood this is elephant. So he wanted to take the credit. So he told them that at night the many aliens came, some aliens came, and in order to protect all of you, I came here, I fight with that aliens, and with my power I send him back. So you are all are protected here. So in the same way, this person, the learned scholar, taking the advantage of the ignorance of villagers, he take credit himself. In the same way, the philosophers and the scientists, they reject the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they themselves are taking the credit. We are the creator. This whole creation is actually governed by the supervision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada quoting one verse from Bhagavad Gita in purport, Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam hetu nanena konteya jagadvi parivartate. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So, this material nature is working under the direction of the Supreme Personality. But the philosopher and scientists, they study it independent from the Lord. Krishna gave in Bhagavad Gita one verse, from that we can understand everything is happening under the direction of the Lord, but Lord is invisible. He is saying everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Mai sarvam idam protam sutre mani ganaiva. So if we hear this necklace, this garland, we are only seeing the flowers, but we are not seeing the thread which is there inside the garland. So only because of thread these flowers are, we are able to see it, they are together. So in the same way, in the everything in the universe, the cosmic manifestation, whatever is happening, everything is under the supervision of the Lord. Lord is there behind all manifestation and manifestation. So those who are intelligent, they can understand how Lord is acting from the behind. But those who are not intelligent, they cannot understand. Just like the scientists and philosopher, if they see that there is no the existence of the Lord behind, that means they are less intelligent. They are saying that these flowers are there, but there is no necklace. So, Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam. So everything happening under the supervision of the Lord, but we are thinking that it is happening by our will, or we are doing these things. Once a person is going from one bike, and in the front of the bike there was one small child. He was also, we cannot drive a bike with a child in the back side. So the child is generally seated in the front of the bike. This small child, he is holding also bike in this way, and his father, he was riding the bike, and the son is here also holding bike. So this small son, he was thinking that actually he is driving the bike. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Prahladesh Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. So a small child is in front of the bike by holding the two handles of the bike, he is thinking that he is driving the bike, but he, in the same way, the here the people in the universe, what they are doing, they think they are the doer. So the philosopher, the Sang philosopher, they study the whole universe, and they only conclude the 24 elements which are there acting, but these all 24 elements which are there in the universe, they are acting only because the time is there. It is said that Lord, in the form of time, Kala, he agitates the material nature, these 24 elements along with the time, then the reaction it starts. So, along with the glance of the Lord, 24 elements which is there in the material nature, they starts acting. You see there one beautiful purport by Srila Prabhupada. So, material nature appears to the material scientist to act and react in a wonderful manner, but in reality it cannot act without the agitator, that is time, who is the representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When time agitates the neutral state of material nature begins to produce varieties of manifestation. Ultimately, it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of creation. As a woman cannot produce children unless impregnated by a man, material nature cannot produce or manifest anything unless it is impregnated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of time factor. In the form of time factor, Lord, he is actually under his supervision, everything is happening. It is not that they are acting independently. In the same way, Bhagavad Gita also, it is said about these elements. This material nature is clearly mentioned as Sarva Yonishi. Yonishu. This means that all varieties of species, demigods, human beings, animals, birds and beasts, material nature is the mother, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the seed-giving father. So generally it is experienced that the father gives life to the child, but the mother gives its body. So although the seed of life is given by the father, the body develops within the womb of the mother. Similarly, the spiritual living entity are impregnated into the womb of material nature, but the body being supplied by material nature takes on many different species and forms of life. Hare Krishna. So this is I thought from the purport, and today is also the appearance day of Lochan Das Thakur. So I will try to speak something about Lochan Das Thakur. Lochan Das Thakur, he is actually the contemporary of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wrote many Vaishnava songs, especially about the Nityanand Prabhus, how he is merciful, very merciful. He wrote Chaitanya Mangal, and it is very important for us because in Chaitanya Mangal, Lochan Das Thakur, he predicted about Prabhupada. He is saying there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying in Chaitanya Mangal that यदि पापी धर्म छाड़ी दूरे देशे जाए, मोर सेनापति भक्त जाइबे तथाए. So Lochan Das Thakur is saying, if Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that if the sinful people, they will give up this, go away from this pious planet, this is India, and they will go to some Mlech Desh. There they can perform sinful activity and no one will stop them. So Lochan Das Thakur is saying that यदि पापी धर्म छाड़ी दूरे देशे जाए, मोर सेनापति भक्त जाइबे तथाए. So he is saying that the Senapati Bhakt, he will go there also. So we say that he is predicted around 500 years before. And Prabhupada, after 500 years, he went to the Mlech country and he preached his Krishna consciousness, cult of Krishna consciousness there. And all the papi tapi अभी जता चलो हरि नाम है उद्धारी लो. So by the holy name they also got delivered. So Lochan Das Thakur, he predicted this, and Lochan Das Thakur, he wrote many songs. So I will discuss about from the one song of Lochan Das Thakur. This song is Lochan Das Thakur. He wrote this song. He's actually writing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how merciful he is. So he is saying, के जाबे भाई भव सिंधु पार. So he is actually inviting everyone, asking everyone, के जाबे. He is asking who wants to go, who is having desirous to go to Bhagavad Dham, is going to back to Godhead. So he is inviting everyone. के जाबे, कौन जाएगा? Just like if you go to some bus stand, so there we will find people. Devas, Indore. So in that way here, Lochan Das Thakur, he is also asking everyone, कौन जाएगा? So Lochan Das Thakur is asking, के जाबे भाई भव सिंधु पार. So he is taking everyone to across the ocean of material existence, bhava sindhu par. So how one can cross the Sindhu? In order to cross the ocean, one needs a boat. And Lochan Das Thakur is glorifying the Supreme Personality. के जाबे भाई भव सिंधु पार, धन्य कलियुगेर चैतन्य अवतार. So he is telling this Kaliyuga, this is very special Kaliyug. So he named it Dhanya Kaliyug. Dhanya Kaliyug means because Lord Krishna, he once in a day of Brahma, Lord Krishna appears personally. Means one day of Brahma is 1000 Chaturyug. In 1000 Chaturyug, Krishna personally comes, and in that Kaliyug, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. So he is saying, and that Kaliyug is this Kaliyug. So he is saying this Kaliyug is Dhanya Kaliyug. So he says, Dhanya Kaliyugera Sri Chaitanya Avatar. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally appear in this Kaliyug. So therefore we have great opportunity to go back to Bhagavad Dham. Then he is advertising more that Amare Gorangir Ghate Adan Khya Vai Jada And Atura Avadhi Par Hai. So Lochan Das Thakur is saying Amare Gorangir Ghate. So if we go to some bus stand, if many people they caught us, kahan jana hai, Indore. So they will take us to his bus. So this is our bus. From here, from this bus you can. So just like here is Lochan Das, he is advertised about one ghat, Gorangir Ghat. Every bus stop and every port, every airport, they have some name. Nana Kheda bus stand, Sarvate bus stand. So some name. So he is giving one name to here, Gorangir Ghat. Amara Gorangir Ghate Adan Kheyavai. And this ghat is very special. Ghat is a place where some two kinds of ghat. One where there is some bathing place. There is also known as ghat. This ghat is where the passengers they board the boat to go from one bank to another. So Amara Gorangir Ghate Adan Kheyavai. Lochan Das Thakur is Gorangir. It is very special because Adan Kheyavai. You don't have to pay anything here. If you want to cross from this side to that side from material world to spiritual world. If you want to cross, so here is one opportunity. Here is one Gorang Ghat. There you will get one boat, and it is free, no ticket. So, so we see if you want to travel from Ujjain to Bhopal, so nothing is free. If you want to go very cheaply in passenger train, we have to pay 40 rupees. If you want to go in express, you have to pay 80 rupees. If you want to chartered bus, 280 rupees. So if you will board one plane from here to Bhopal, then how much it will cost? 5,000 around. If we board personal plane that we will come us here and take from this place to that place, and it will be very costly. So we can see how much cost we have to pay from going from this place to spiritual world. It is beyond earth, beyond universe, beyond. So everything is free. Here we just go to the ghat and board. And next line is saying, Jada andh atura avadhi par hai. So, in the boat, who can board, who can go to this boat? Everyone can go. Jada means those who are foolish, those who don't know anything, they can also come. And andh, those who are blind, they are also welcome. Jada andh atura, everyone is welcome. Old man, child, diseased person also. They can also come. So this is the mercy of the Lord. So everyone can board. Hari Namer Nauka Khani Shri Guru Kandari Sankirtana Kero Yalo Du Bahu Pasari. So if you will come to this Gorang Ghat, everything facilities free, and here is one boat. This boat is Hari Nam. And Sankirtan Karwalo Dubahu Pasari. And how you have to just come here, this Gorangat, everything is free, you just board it, and this boat will move if you will do Sankirtan by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So all the passengers will everything is free, they will board the boat, and then they will chant, this boat will move. सब जीव हैलो पार प्रेमेरे बतासे पड़िया रहीलो लोचन आप नार दोषे. So Lochan Das Thakur, he is saying that in this way all the living entities who are there in this material world, they will get the opportunity to cross over this material existence. They can cross very easily. सब जीव हैलो पार प्रेमेर वथा से. And finally he is explaining his humility, that even though I got all these opportunity, free boat, everything free, the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all facility, still I was not able to utilize it. Finally he is expressing his humility in this song. So Lochan Das Thakur is explaining how one can cross over this Bhava Sindhu Par. Here also in Guru Puja daily we are seeing that only by the mercy of the supreme mercy of the spiritual master one can very easily cross. Jahar prasade bhai e bhava tariya jai. Krishna Papti hoy jaye. So if one gets the mercy of the spiritual master, the Guru, then one can very easily cross. And there is also one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, Hrideha Adyam Sulabham Sudurlabham Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karnadharam. So in that it said this human body is just like boat in order to cross over this ocean of material existence. And it is not that when one will get boat, then he can cross. There is also need of a boatman, the captain of the boat, who will take this boat from this place to that place. So Guru Karnadham, the spiritual master, he acts as the boatman, as the captain of the boat, and he will take this boat from this place to from material world to existence. So here we say this is ISKCON, the society institution Prabhupada created. This is just like a boat. We just have to come, board the boat, remain inside the boat, do Sankirtan, and the Srila Prabhupada is the captain of the boat. He will take this boat from material world to spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any comment or question? Or any senior devotee, they can also explain about Lochan Das Thakur if. Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai.